Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new around here. My name is Brittany. In today's video, we are doing classroom setup day number 4. If you're new around here, I'm about to begin my 13th year as a teacher. I taught 6th grade for 9 years, and I'm now going into my 4th year in 4th grade. If you missed any of the other 2024-2025 classroom setup vlogs in this little mini series, then be sure to go back and check those out. Setup day 1, we focused on getting just the furniture items into place. Setup day 2, I focused on organizing, tossing out things that were trash, getting rid of things that I knew I wouldn't use. In setup day 3, we began the decorating, and that is rolling over into today's video, setup day 4. So it's the fun stuff that we're doing today. All the decorating, all the jazzing, making everything look really wonderful. We don't have a lot left to do, and honestly, the things that I'm going to continue to do, I don't technically even need to do. The classroom is so beautiful and cozy at this point, so we are good to go in that aspect. But some of the things that I'm hoping to accomplish, or at least begin to accomplish while I'm here, are puffling the puffles. That's going to sound a little bit crazy, but we have some things that I am calling puffles for lack of a better name. I'll show them to you soon. And they all need to be puffled, made into the puffy little ball that they become. This is sounding a little crazy, but just stay with me, I'll show you. And I didn't realize when I had requested them as part of my teacher budget for this year that they were going to require so much setup on my part. So my sister is here with me. She's not here in the room with me at the moment, but she's here in the building with me. She'll be back soon, and she's going to learn to puffle whether she likes it or not. In addition to the puffling, I do have another strand of lights that we may decide to hang today. Undecided. I'm going to ask my sister what her opinion is, see if she has an idea of how I could use them in a nice way. It's always good to get someone else's perspective. And then I would love to label things, because if you don't already know, one of the other items that I got this year with my $200 that I could spend was a label maker. I don't know how I've gone 12 years of teaching without a label maker. I don't know. I am so excited to have this label maker. Unfortunately, though, I don't have batteries for it with me. It requires 6 batteries, and I'd been bringing them back and forth from home to here. I'll be able to get batteries here at school once the school year starts, but right now I'm coming in during off hours mostly. We don't have anyone in the office for me to be able to get batteries. So unless I can scrounge up some batteries from some other items around my room, I don't know that I'm going to be able to label anything today, unfortunately. But we will get to the labeling, because I'm very excited about that part. Also, there are some exciting updates. They haven't happened in my classroom yet, but they must be coming. Let me show you those. That's a little hint of what I'm about to show you. This is the next hint. So these are just nothing, but they could be added is what I think. But anyway, we have this interesting light switch. If we push up, I did a little experimenting with this. This is not my classroom, but if you push up, the lights are going to turn on fully. Brand new lights. Those are brand new lights. They're so beautiful. I love them. They're very streamlined. I don't typically like overhead lighting, so okay, hold please. If you don't like the overhead lighting, you can push here and it will turn off 2 sections of them, or maybe 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of them, and leave 2 sections on over on that end of the classroom. Then wait, let's turn them all back on. You can dim them. Get ready. Oh my gosh. I think they only have 1 dimmable setting, and then the other side of the switch is just all of them off. So this little light switch doohickey gives you 4 options: fully on, partially on, dimmed, and off. But I am just so excited that we got new lights. So this is my partner teacher's classroom, and she knew that she was getting her classroom painted, so she hasn't spent a lot of time in here, but they painted, and I'm so excited for her because we weren't really sure it was going to happen. I was thinking they weren't going to get around to it, to be honest, but they did, and it is freshly painted. So it is looking beautiful and cohesive, and she's going to be so excited. I'm going to have to send her some pictures to show her how good things are looking around here. And our office situation that I update you on each time I'm here looks like it probably got a second coat of mud, is my assumption. Based on the renovations we've done around our house, that's my educated guess. So as I was mentioning, the lights have not happened in my room yet. It looks like they probably started in my partner teacher's room, and they're working their way around our pod, as we call it. So I think that means my classroom is going to be last, / I'm wondering if they're kind of like, oh darn, this teacher has already been in and clearly set up her classroom. We don't want to make a mess. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's not a super messy job. I don't have anything obstructing my lights, so they should be able to get to them easily. Oh, there, she's back. So I'm hoping that when they do come to my classroom, they will be able to replace my lights with ease. But I am also hoping that they're not going to say, now that we have dimmable lights, that that means we can't have lamps or the string lighting in our classroom, because I would probably actually cry. Say hello.
Hello.
It's my sister Alex, if you haven't seen her on my channel before. She took herself off skating, and so therefore she missed the whole shindig on what we're doing here, so now I have to re-explain it. We're puffling, and we are possibly stringing lights. And I would love to label things, but my label maker does not have any batteries, and so I'm not sure that that's gonna get to happen. But the puffling can happen, so I'm gonna have to teach you how to puffle. And then I need your opinion on this set of string lights, because I don't know where to put it. So this is a set of string lights that is very much like the ones that are already around this board. There's like 100 feet of them. It's a lot of lights. But I don't know where else to put them that's going to be effective and not just make it look like, oh, I had these lights, so I threw them up. So you can think on that, but that's one of your things to ponder. Oh, I forgot about those. Yeah, you clearly didn't watch my most recent YouTube short.
I tried, but it wouldn't load.
The excuses. Anyway, we decided we're gonna puffle, and then we're gonna take a break and go get possibly some food or at least a drink at a local store, and then we'll continue puffling. At home trying to puffle the puffles. I think I'm getting better at it. So here is my first attempt today, and this looked like lots of wrapping of the string that's in the middle around and around and then tying it. I think that was a bad plan because it just made the middle too bulky, and then when I was trying to fluff each layer of the tissue paper, I couldn't fluff all that much toward the middle, and then it resulted in it kind of looking like that. So that's not the best in my opinion, so that one's not really a win. This one, I just tied the string once in the middle, so it made a much smaller situation. I still don't really think, I don't know, I think maybe I tied it in the front, so that's why you can see the string here. So maybe if I tied it in the back where there wasn't this second color, I could get more of like the flower effect of this being the center. I'm not really sure that that's what the goal was with these, but they seem to all have the yellow centers, so maybe might as well take advantage of that. But I puffled this one a little bit nicer. So after you separate all of the tissue paper, you're just supposed to give it like a little shake and a little fluff to try to make it more of a circular type thing. So this one's looking a lot better to me, and I think that we're going to be able to get, I mean, that's cute, right? I think we're going to be able to get this looking real good by, like I said, just tying the string in the back, and then you use the string afterwards to be able to hang it. So this one I'm calling a success, not a complete success, because I would rather this part be not where the string is, but I've already explained how I plan to curb that. This one is just, it's not a success. I might take it apart and fix it. We'll have to see. The back looks a lot better than the front. Slash, if you just look at it from the side, it looks really pretty good. But we're making, progress in that we're figuring out how to puffle them nicely. I'm not going to say it's quick. It takes a good amount of time to puffle a single one, and I have a lot in here still. So we're going to continue to work on this here and there as the next few days go by. I just picked up our grocery orders and I stopped into the Dollar Tree real quick, and I've got to tell you what I'm planning to do with these items in my classroom. I saw someone else on YouTube. I'll have to figure out who that was and I'll link them below if I can find their channel. But they had a great idea, which was, in order to keep track of your students that are leaving the classroom, they had a bathroom cone. And that's as far as their idea went. awesome in and of itself, but I've decided to take it one step further. So their bathroom cone worked like this. A student signed out to go to the bathroom or asked to go to the bathroom or needed to go to the bathroom. I don't really know if they had to ask. Regardless, a student went to the bathroom, they took the bathroom cone and they put it on top of their desk. That way, when the teacher looks around the classroom, it's really easy to see quickly that this student has gone to the bathroom. Love it. It was a bright cone. The word bathroom was written on it. Wonderful. I could not find a cone when I went into the Dollar Tree. Couldn't find one in Walmart. I don't know where I would find a cone. So instead, I found this little potty. And could it be any more perfect for going to the bathroom? It has a little lid that opens. Hopefully it won't be a distraction to the kids and they won't want to play with it, but it's not all that exciting. You can't put anything inside of it, so I really like that. It's just this little white toilet, and I will write bathroom around the bottom. Maybe I don't even need to do that because it's so obvious. If a student has this on their desk, they've clearly gone to the bathroom, and I only have one of them. There was only one of them available, which was ideal. I didn't need more than one, so even if they'd had more than one, I wouldn't have gotten it. I only want one student to be able to go to the bathroom at a time, and so one little potty, one student can go to the bathroom. Our students do sign out at my school, so they'll sign out. This will be next to the sign out station. They'll sign out and they'll put this on their desk and they'll go to the bathroom. Now, why do I have the lanterns? Because I have a lot of students who leave my class for other services. At times, we push in as much as we can at our school, but sometimes students still leave for other things. So I'm going to use these lanterns in a similar way. I'm going to have students who leave the classroom grab a lantern and put it on their desk. I might write other teachers' names on it for the teachers that students frequently will leave my classroom to go see. But I'm going to do that with my wonderful, amazing label maker so that if the teacher changes or I have too many for one teacher, not enough for another, whatever the circumstance, I can just pull it off and relabel it easily. So I got 6 lanterns. I think preferably I probably would have wanted them all one color, but it's nice to have multiple colors so we can kind of stick with the rainbow theme of our classroom. So anyway, we have 3 of these green ones, we have 2 of these orange ones, and then we have 1 of these yellow ones. So I'm hoping that 6 of them will be plenty, and this will help me to keep track of my students whenever they leave the classroom. We have a social worker in our building, which we are so fortunate to have, but she likes to be able to quietly grab kids and not disturb class, which I respect, but sometimes I realize a student's gone and maybe she thought I saw them as they were leaving, but I didn't always, and so then I have a little panic moment where I don't know where a student is, and I really don't like that. No teacher does. That's our worst nightmare. If I implement this little lantern system, then hopefully that will no longer be an issue and she can quietly take a student out of the room and they can put this lantern on their desk, and then I will be able to see the lantern on the desk and know that the student has gone with her. There, of course, are some potential loopholes with this. Could a student put it on their desk and sneak out of the classroom? Sure. But if that's something that happens, I'll deal with it when it occurs. I'm going to hope that that's not something I need to deal with. But again, we'll handle that case by case because nothing is going to be perfect. But that's my idea with these lanterns and this toilet. Super excited. We've made considerable progress with the Puffling, and I must say, they're looking pretty beautiful. Alex has turned out to be a pro puffler, so she can add that to her resume. We have a lot of beautiful options. What's crazy is that we have this many done and still this many in packages. So there may be some of these that we don't end up puffling right now and saving for the future. I'm going to see how far these ones get us as I decide to place them around the classroom in various locations. But oh, they're so beautiful in a big pile like that. Update, we went and got some dinner and I spotted these on the way out. Some spicy dilly beans, and I could not help myself and I had to get them. These are actually made by a woman that I used to work with. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman, and she is able to stock them here at the store that is very close to my school. So grabbed some of those, so good. Colin is also here. We got some pizza for him too. We are watching Rapunzel while we are continuing work. So I think this day 4 is gonna end up being like 2 different days that I'll combine into one, but now my plan is to get hanging some of these. We have hung all of the puffles that were puffled. So we have this little showstopper moment here where I took down these fans because they're nice and they were holding up really well, but they just don't really fit my classroom anymore because I don't have fans anywhere else. So feel like I like that a whole lot better. Also put some here at the corner of the TV, and then put a lot of them back in this corner of the classroom, especially around this bulletin board. Let me go on the other side of the light and give you a really good look. Ooh, jazzes up that bulletin board really nicely. I think maybe I should put one here once I puffle some more. That feels like a bit of a bare spot. Also put a few here around the Hello Sunshine. And then here in the corner. So they actually didn't last as long as I thought they would. It looked like we had a lot of them, but it's pretty easy to use them up. So I'm gonna plan to puffle the rest of the puffles, but I'm just not sure about tonight. It is already 7:15, so I think as soon as this movie is done, we will head out of here and might take these home and continue to puffle there. But part 4 is going to be extended into another day. It's a new day, we're back in the classroom, and today is it. Whatever we get done today is what we get done before the school year starts, since everything else that I'm doing, all the decorating, is the extra part. Things are beautiful and very presentable as they are, so I'm capping it on today. This is going to be it. We are back at school in less than 2 weeks, and so I want those last couple of solid days of no school-related commitments to be truly school-free. So this is it. That means we may not get the other set of lights hung up, and that's just okay. We might not get all the puffles puffled, and that's also just okay. It will all be wonderful in the end. The first thing that I'm going to do today, which I'm maybe unrealistically excited about, is load some pencils into this little pencil dispenser. I got it at Target for $3. He was broken when I first found him. His little tray here where you push to get a pencil was not functioning properly, but I was able to fix that on the inside. Then I did notice that he's got this little chip here in the corner, and I had originally thought that was supposed to be there. I looked quickly. It's not. It's fine. I'm going to leave these little clear stickers here on the front to kind of combat that it doesn't shut completely perfectly, and I will be the only one loading pencils into here, so it should be just fine. Now, either when a student needs to buy a new pencil because their previous one is lost, or they just need a new one because they have used their pencil to its fullest potential, that's how we like to say it around here, they'll be able to come over and push on this guy's little, like, teeth, I guess, and get themselves a pencil. I saw these very early in the summer. I thought they were neat. I thought I had more time to get one, and then they disappeared like that. And so people, teachers of the world, seem to love these. If you have one, share with me, because I'd like to know how many teachers that are here hanging out on my channel also have one of these. But I think there was also a pencil one, like a pencil-shaped one, and I liked that better. But there were just none of those to be found. This was the only guy, and I think he was there because he was broken. So I still would have taken him for $3 even if I had realized that was there. So anyway, all that to say, very excited about this little thing. It's just gonna add a fun element to getting pencils. And we're gonna put some pencils in him now. Peep the bearded dragon that has come to my classroom with us while we do setup stuff today. She's so cute. I'm really excited about this little thing. It's a pencil dispenser. They had him at the beginning of the summer, but push his teeth and he spits out a pencil. I hope it won't keep doing this. It was broken when I found it, and it's the only one I could get my hands on at Target because they've all been sold out for a while. I fixed it while I was there, but now it's not acting right again. So I don't think I finished my thought, but I saw them at the beginning of the summer and thought, oh, that's cute, I should buy one, but I didn't want to then because, I don't know, summer just started and it felt wrong to be thinking about anything related to coming back to school already. And then they sold out like hot cakes. Okay, I think I fixed him. All right, dude, don't let me down. Oh my gosh. Are you ready? Look. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, you messed up already. Oh, it was so good for 3 pencils. Don't do this. Don't do this. You got this. Ugh, you're gonna make me sad today, pencil dispenser. I think maybe I fixed it. I definitely didn't fix it.
Yeah, I didn't see it happen, but it didn't sound like it was fixed.
I don't have high hopes this time. Oh, I just don't want 2. Stop giving me 2. Just 1 at a time, please. Well, it just spat out all the pencils and we didn't have any issues.
You just said you were getting 2 at a time.
Other than that, but it's like it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Well, no, it's not supposed to give you 2 at once.
Look, it's giving me 1 now. Oh, there's 2. Oh, there's 2. Oh, there's 2. Oh. Seems like when it gets low, it gives you 2. Let's load it up and see what happens. And maybe I'm gonna live to regret this.
I feel like just having pencils and boxes is sufficient, so.
It's so boring. You need to have a little excitement in your life.
Only Bernie will take something out of its perfectly good box.
Because then it's
put it in
more
another box.
independent for students to be able to get themselves a pencil. All right, well, he's not perfect, but more often than not, he does what he's supposed to. It's gonna have to be good enough. We're gonna have to call you good, Mr. Monster Man.
Oh, he should be Mr. Wright, like Wright, like W-R-I-T-E.
Mr. Wright. Oh, that's kind of cute. Maybe I'll have to put his name on the top. Wow, you find yourself really clever.
It is clever.
Okay, I will name him Mr. Wright. It's just those little things that kids might remember, and it's very seemingly silly on the surface.
You're giving me a whole new box?
No, I'm not. I'm not giving you my pre-sharpened Ticonderoga pencils. Absolutely not, Keat. But look, he's just cute, you know, and like he can live over here. So the kids can always look at him and then...
I don't know who named him, but holy cow.
At least he's not Mr. Wrong. Oh, the funny. Here's the tour of our completed classroom. Everything is in its place and things are feeling really great in here. I'm going to give you a quick little overview of how everything turned out and say goodbye to this little mini series of setting up our classroom for the 2024-2025 school year. You saw Brandon making this very adorable happy first day of school bubble letter sign on the board. This is an iconic like signature thing that he does, and as the year progresses my students get really used to the fact that if they come into school and they see bubble letters on the board with a message, they know it's from Mr. Bouchard. So they won't know that on the first day of school, but I will, and it will bring me a little bit of joy throughout the day, especially where that first day is historically a little bit chaotic, so it'll be a little boost for me in a way. But we got all the puffles puffled between myself, Brandon, and my sister. We have puffled. I don't even know how many of these flowery puffle things we actually did, but I want to say it had to have been at least 50, maybe it was even 100. It's a lot. They were not easy to do. I regret to inform you, I would not recommend purchasing them unless you just want to mindlessly kind of put them together while you're watching TV or something, but they're beautiful. So if you are fine with putting in the work and the final outcome is really just what you're looking for, then all the more power to you, go for it. But multiple hours have gone into puffling all these puffles. They look amazing. I love how they look in the classroom. I love the color and the whimsical feel that they bring to this space. So now that they're done, I do feel like I'm in love with them. I'm just not sure I would repeat that experience and use the same amount of time in the same way. But it is what it is. We did it. We did it for the kids. We did it for the space. We did it so everyone can feel cozy in this little whimsical land that is our classroom. I love all the color in here between the lanterns. You saw in one of our previous setup videos that we put up a bunch of additional lanterns. They look so good. I just love the, again, whimsical feel, the colorful, vibrant vibes that it gives off. Brings me so much joy, especially during a Maine winter when things can get a little bit dreary and things are not very colorful outside. If I can bring any joy to my students by having a colorful, inviting space here in my classroom, then that is truly my #1 goal. And I think that I will achieve that because I've had many students in the past who've commented on how much they love the vibe of the classroom, especially with the colorful lanterns. Now we have even more lanterns and we have our puffly flower things. So the color is on point in here. You're not going to find beiges and neutrals. It's just not my vibe. So now a little bit more of a talk through tour of the classroom. My desk area has been done for a good little while. We have the lights around the board, my stand-up desk, the podium, some seating here for some kids. The beautiful board between the lights and the happy first day of school sign, it is ready to go. Here's what things are looking like when you first come into the classroom. This is a little bit of a hub area to get tissues, wipes, supplies that they may need. And then we also house our birthday sign here. We have the flowers, we have the lanterns. We have a little sign that says hooray above the door. If you keep moving along, I've made the TV as wonderful and exciting as possible. I'm feeling like it's so fun to look at it even when it's off. We cast a lot of things to the TV, our math slides, that sort of thing. I also have this cubby area and we did some wonderful labeling here, plain paper, rulers, etc. So I have a couple of empty drawers at the moment, really looking forward to being able to fill those with whatever I decide I would like in them, but I am so satisfied with how all of those nice symmetrical labels are looking. So that's bringing my heart lots of joy. Continuing on, we have our computer cabinet area, moving over to our sink, added some puffles to our Inspire, Create, and Play signs. Then we have this bulletin board that has all of our multiples, 1 through 12, and I also house any artwork or special papers that the kids either make or create specifically for me. On that board, we have our welcome back sign there as well. Over here in the corner, we have our take a break space. This is where a student can choose to come if they'd like an alternate learning environment, or students may also be asked to come here to do exactly that, take a break. We have our calculator storage area, followed by our headphones. We have another little take a break area. Sometimes it gets tricky because I have students that just really benefit from learning in their own little world for a little while. And then when my take a break space is taken up, either by one of my own students or one in a neighboring classroom, they kind of feel like they don't have a place to go. So I just decided this corner was perfect to add another desk. That's totally a choice area if a student wants to work there. I have my easel with some alternate types of paper, graph paper, some things like that. Here's the little phone area. It's not exactly where I would want the phone typically, but that's where it plugs in. Do we still call those phone jacks? Unsure. But that's where it plugs in, and there's not another location for it to plug in the classroom, so it's got to stay there. This bulletin board turned out so good. I absolutely love the little motivational messages that you'll find there, which have been up in previous years. My very first year in this district, a student gifted me this little sign, Dare to Dream. It does have an area to put batteries in, so I could turn it on. I've actually never turned it on, but it's a wonderful decoration even when it's not on. And then the puffles are new as of this year. And then I have a little space here for an ed tech or another adult to work in my classroom or have a little like landing zone, a desk and a chair for them, as well as this bookshelf area, trash can, good stuff. Moving along in this direction, not too much to see here besides the big gummy heater that we just live life with. And then we're back to my teacher desk. So that's kind of your tour. And of course, in the middle of the classroom is all of the students' desks, and those are ready to go. I'm really just loving how the classroom is feeling and possibly feeling more prepared for a new school year than ever before, dare I say it. Also, wait, I wanted to show you this. I'm very excited about this. Over here at the pencil parking, I went and numbered each of the little tiny slots where the pencils go, 1 through 20. And there are 2 of them because I have 2 separate groups of students that I work with in a year. That's just how our building runs. And there are 36 slots on one, which is almost enough, but that would mean I could only have a maximum of 18 kids in each class, and I already have 19 in one class. So I just decided not to chance it, got 2 of them. It's gonna be great. But anyway, I decided to number them so that as students are putting their pencil into this little slot, visually I feel like the tip of the pencil is going to be right up against your number, so it's going to be super easy to make sure you're putting your pencil in your correct slot. Thought about numbering it over here with just a Sharpie, which probably would have been a lot faster, but then I knew trying to visually match up your little section here, probably number 1 would be super easy, but what if you're number 11 and you can see the 11 here but not over here? You're going to end up thinking that's 11 or that's 11. It's just, it wouldn't have been a great idea, and I could foresee the issues it was going to cause. So we skipped that. Will these labels stay on? To be determined. I'm obviously hopeful that they will, but I'm also aware that they may not. And if I need to redo them, I will. It won't be a big deal, but that's how it's looking for now, and I think it's going to bring a very nice level of organization to the classroom. And just a quick note on the numbers, I do number a lot of things in my classroom, and my students do have numbers that correspond to them. So for example, student number 7 would store their pencil here. They would also have calculator number 7 back there. They would store their laptop in slot number 7 in that cabinet, and that sort of thing. And I know some people don't love that whole numbered vibe because it can feel impersonal. And I really can see that for the younger grades when they're very fresh to school, but it doesn't seem to impact 4th graders at all. I've never noticed it being something that has bothered anyone. No one's ever had any complaints about it. So it is a system that works for me and that I continue to go with. So I'm labeling less each year, and I can put my energy toward creating new things and improving upon previous systems that maybe were working but not entirely. So that's just a note on that. And then over here we have Mr. Wright. As you heard, Brandon decided that should be his name, and I loved it. And I love just having little touches around the classroom. Let's come around these desks and really look at Mr. Wright. I love just having touches around the classroom that remind me of my family and make this space feel like home to me too, and not just like this is where I work and home and work are 100% separate. They are very separate, but I do like there to be a little bit of loose overlap. So anyway, this is Mr. Wright, and it's fun to me because Brandon named him. You also saw he was working and kind of not working, and yeah, now that I want to show you, he's not spitting out pencils. So undecided on how things are going to go with this guy. I wonder if they're all this way or if it's just, and sometimes you get 2, or if it's just because this one was broken when I got it and I tried to be resourceful and repair it. I'm not sure. So I really wanted it to be for the kids to use. I wanted to just be able to pick it up from this space and kind of put it here or here for them to be able to do it themselves, but it might turn into being something I need to do in order to preserve him and his functionality that already isn't stellar. We'll see, time will tell. But anyway, he's cute. He was a fun little $3 addition. I don't regret him, but I do wish he worked a little more effectively. If you have one of these little Target things, I think there was this robot as well as one that looked like a pencil. I would love to hear from you on if yours works really well so that I can know if it's just mine or if it's just all of them. I just want to know so that I can have some peace to the ending of this story, I guess. So that's a wrap on setting up our classroom for the 2024-2025 school year. I'm so excited to have this space in this condition. It feels so cozy, so homey, so warm, so inviting, all the things. Really excited to share it with students in a couple weeks at open house. I would love to hear from you if there's any other teacher-related content that you'd love to see on my channel. I'm always looking for different ideas, and also my classroom setup videos are some that do pretty well on my channel overall. So I can tell that I have a good collection of people that are in the education world or are interested in that are popping in and spending time on my channel. So if you have any suggestions, please share them in the comments below. I'm always looking to make content that you guys want to see. Also, if you watched all 4 of the classroom setup videos in this little mini series, go ahead and drop this emoji in the comments to let me know that you saw all of them. And the goal now is to enjoy our last couple of true summer weeks. I have 2 days coming coming up next week that are going to be kind of like typical school days for me, going to a location with some of my coworkers, colleagues, in order to glean some information related to math. So I do have that coming up, but aside from that, I want to just enjoy what is left of summer, because it really isn't much at this point, and be content knowing that my classroom is ready to go. If I do have any extra time on those first couple of teacher days, then I do have a few things that I can do. Kind of a strategic thing to leave a few little loose ends so that I'm not so done that if I do end up with time, it feels like I waste it. But then also it's really just because I'm out of steam for classroom setup. I've done what I've done. I feel really good about it, and there's nothing left that's super pressing to me that makes me want to invest any more time in this. So that's a wrap. Thank you so much for being here and spending some time on my channel. If you are not already subscribed, I would love to have you stick around for additional content that I create. Again, thanks so much for being here. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.